Welcome back to an all-new episode of Maxim Outdoors, where today we're stepping into a world you might not expect to find in the Hoosier State. Turkey Run State Park, established back in 1916 and spanning over 2,300 acres, is a rugged paradise of dark canyons lined with vines and moss-covered rocks. In this episode, we'll be hiking over 7 miles, navigating narrow sandstone ravines, climbing ladders, crossing suspension bridges, and uncovering the rich history of this breathtaking park. Each twist of the trail reveals something new: seasonal waterfalls cascading down cliffs, the serene flow of Sugar Creek below, and iconic landmarks such as the Punch Bowl. This probably isn't the Indiana you might imagine. It's a reminder that every state holds hidden gems waiting to be discovered, and Turkey Run is one of the best. Also, the trails here aren't for the faint of heart. On paths like Trail 3, we'll scramble over rocks and roots, squeezing through gorges carved by time. This park truly has it all. It's a perfect mix of natural beauty and historical charm, from the towering sandstone formations to the preserved Lieber cabin, built all the way back in 1848. Turkey Run is day 2 of our big Western wedding road trip. As we travel across over 12 states, we'll uncover more of these incredible spots, proving that adventure can be found anywhere if you know where to look. So, as always, enough talking, let's get to hiking. Alrighty folks, well, good morning. It is a little after 7 a.m. and welcome back to an all-new episode and an all-new adventure for Maxim Outdoors. And I will say so myself, I think this is probably the largest, craziest adventure and all-new series that I have done yet on this channel. So this intro might be a little long just because I have to explain a few things, but if you know me, if you've been following me for a while, you'd know that I am getting married. So I decided to take 2 weeks off and do a little road trip out to Utah, where Sam and I will be getting married. She's flying out. I'm going to meet her out there in about a week. But each and every day, I decide to stop and just do an amazing hike. So that brings us to where I am now. I'm here in the beautiful Hoosier State. First thing in the morning, you can see it's a nice, moody, foggy September morning here, but I am in none other than Turkey Run State Park, which a lot of people consider to be the best state park in all of Indiana. So today I'm going to be taking you down ladders, looking at waterfalls, hiking through these just sandstone carved canyons. It's going to be a really fun, adventurous day. The trails are supposedly very rugged, and yeah, I'm really excited to explore potentially one of Indiana's most beautiful state parks. So yeah, this is the start of the big Western wedding road trip. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm going to be taking you to a different state each and every day, or each and every week as you're watching this on YouTube. So yeah, today we're in Indiana, tomorrow we'll be in Missouri, and the day after we'll be in Kansas. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be a wild ride. And if you're new to this channel, maybe you're here checking out this Indiana State Park, subscribe. I go everywhere. So yeah, I'm really excited. The sun's starting to rise up over the hills here in Western Indiana. But yeah, I'm gonna get the pack on and we are going to get hiking. So we're gonna head on over to trail number 6 and kind of just do a big loop. Like I said, around 6 miles a day. So let's go. Waterfalls, canyons, ladders. I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell. All right, well, we have meandered our way off of the boardwalk and have arrived here in the first canyon of the day, just off of Trail 6. They aren't the most original with their trail names today. I think we're going to be doing Trail 6, Trail 3, Trail 1, and maybe Trail 10. But yeah, so far, first impressions are this place is just amazing. As you can see, a very lush green environment. There is a seasonal waterfall kind of trickling off in the distance there. There's all these little tiny minnows and just frogs everywhere you look. This place is just full of life, wildflower. And just down here, you got one of these first kind of just eroded away pieces of the canyon here. Check that out. I've seen a couple frogs just hanging out along the cave wall so far this morning. You got all these vines that are just hanging on over. And we are going to continue the trail down there. So we're going to kind of wind on through and eventually find our way down at Sugar Creek, the main tributary of this state park here. But yeah, this place is pretty darn gorgeous. Hard to believe that this is Indiana. I might only be about 100 feet into this trail at this point, but I think I have said wow at least 10 times so far. Check out this view. We're gonna be heading on through there, but you just see how the sandstone was just eroded over the years by this tiny little creek, kind of like a mini version of the Grand Canyon. Continuing on through the canyon, we are following along this little slow-moving stream as it meanders on down to Sugar Creek, and we have arrived here at Turkey Run Hollow. And I will say it again, wow. This just goes to show you, you don't need to travel out to the national parks out west to really appreciate what America has to offer. You might have a park like this right in your own backyard. I mean, this is Indiana. So maybe if I didn't do a good enough job in the intro, figured I would explain Turkey Run State Park a little bit more. So Turkey Run apparently got its name from back in the day when the early settlers settled this area. They would come down into these canyons and kind of just hurdle turkey to feed their families. I guess the turkey like the warmer canyons. And maybe if you're wondering how these canyons got formed, you can thank those mighty glaciers that kind of carved on through the continent thousands of years ago. Whenever the glaciers started to retreat, they started to melt. And what happens whenever you have a giant chunk of ice that's melting? You get a ton of water. And when that water was let loose, it just carved on through this easily erodible sandstone. So yeah, Turkey Run. Let's continue. In our next destination, we have made it to Sugar Creek. As I said earlier, this is the main tributary that runs on through the state park here, and this also signifies the end of trail number 6. So there's a little staircase. We're gonna head up there and check out Sunset Point before kind of meandering our way down to, I believe, trail number 3. But yeah, check this view out. Nice foggy morning along Sugar Creek.
Yeah, you feel better?
Well, the wows are continuing. Here I am along the shores of Sugar Creek, and you can see our next destination as the fog starts to rise off the creek here. And all kinds of birds, bugs, fish are jumping. I just seen a bald eagle even fly over. So we are going to cross this suspension bridge and meander our way onto the other side of Sugar Creek where it seems like the real magic is. So yeah, I'm really excited. There's all kinds of cool stuff over there, including the infamous trail number 3, where you basically have to hike along a creek, climb ladders through all these little caves and nooks and crannies. So yeah, check this place out. Like I said, this is freaking Indiana. All right, well, we have survived the Great Indiana Bridge Crossing of 2024, and we have arrived here at this placard. As you can see, welcome to the Rocky Hollow Nature Preserve. It talks about the temperatures dropping and how we are about to enter prehistoric Indiana. The current southern extreme of a similar ecosystem pretty much is all of northern Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. And this area here in Indiana has kind of the same feel to it. So we're going to be seeing some canyons, waterfalls, caves, you name it. This is the reason why I came to this park. So let's get to exploring. I am just a few steps into trail number 3 here, and I will say it once again. Wow. Look at this place. You can tell that glacial water would have just roared on through this canyon here, and right where I'm standing is just a big bend. This probably would have just been a giant whirlpool thousands of years ago. You can see kind of the ripples along the sandstone above me. Look at that. This place is probably impossible to try and capture the magic on video. But wow. Yeah, that water would have just came roaring through here. And like I said, just probably would have spun around here for thousands of years. Pretty crazy. Check out this canyon. Just behind me here, we have made it to our next point of interest. This just giant collapse right here is something known as wedge rock. And there is a little signage here kind of describing what happened. It said wedge rock was once a ledge at the top of this canyon. Water seeping down into the cracks froze and expanded the cracks. Wedge rock broke free and plunged to the canyon floor. And that is what we are looking at now. Pretty impressive. The deeper we get into this canyon, the more mind-blowing it really is. This sheer rock wall here has to be at least 60 foot tall, and it just goes to show the power of water. Can you imagine just glacial water just rushing on through here, carving this out over centuries? Like seriously, it's just wild to imagine. We're basically just hiking through an old river canyon right now. I mean, look at this. Another mile and another canyon. Check out this amphitheater style canyon that glacial water would have just eroded. Lots of folks are starting to show up. I've probably seen close to 100 people already on this trail, believe it or not. And you can see the trail that those folks are heading up just off in the distance. Trail number 3 is considered very rugged, but yeah, we're gonna head on through there, and I think we'll be checking out an area known as the Punch Bowl. So this looks like this is where the trail gets a little sketchy, so let's get going. This is just epic. Imagine going up to Watkins Glen in New York and hiking through the waterfalls and the streams, like literally just kind of navigating my way on through this tiny little slot canyon. This is incredible. It looks like there's a little set of stairs there and we're gonna have to find our way up. But yeah, look at this place. Magical. This trail might be one of the best ones I've ever done. I feel like I'm Indiana Jones out here. Wow. The Punch Bowl here has a couple of different arms that kind of spur out from the main area, and this is one of them. This is obviously going to be a dead end here, but this looks like it would be a seasonal waterfall. Obviously, September is not the best time to see those, but yeah, as you can see, this would normally be a nice little waterfall here, trickling down through the Punch Bowl and the sandstone. Still a pretty cool looking feature here within the park. All right, well, I honestly totally forgot about this section of the trail. You have to head down or up a set of ladders that'll take you deep into the canyon here. And here is the first one. Can't say I've ever gone down a ladder on a hiking trail before, so let's get it. Now you see why this trail is very rugged. All right, well, after descending 3 ladders, we have arrived here in Bear Hollow, a whole new canyon to explore along trail number 3. You can see all the ferns and vegetation clinging alongside the sandstone here. The sun is almost fully above us right now, but wow, what a park. If you guys are ever near Indiana, don't think it's just a drive-through state. You gotta stop here. There's another park like 10 miles north of here known as Shade State Park, and it's supposedly just as good, if not better than this park. So we'll have to check that out one day as well. But yeah, Turkey Run. Well, we have 2 more places of interest to explore. According to All Trails, we have arrived at the second to last location. This spot is known as Boulder Canyon. Down below there is yet another canyon that kind of just meanders its way on down to Sugar Creek. You can see that off in the distance. Doesn't look like we're going to be hiking through it, but yeah, this is just some of the sights and scenery along Trail 9. I'll have to show you my All Trails map because it's just all over the place today. I think we're close to 6 miles right now, and we probably got another mile or 2 to go. So one last spot, we're gonna go check out an area known as the Icebox. But yeah, here's some views of Boulder Canyon. All right, so we have officially made it to the Boulder Canyon signage. As you can see, Trail 9 continues uphill. We just came from this way, and then there is this little spur trail that heads off to the right here. Check this out. Looks like another seasonal waterfall. This one quite large, at least probably 20, 25 foot tall. But yeah, imagine seeing some water come on through here. Let's go see what it looks like. Yeah, pretty dry. I thought maybe there'd be a little pool up here, but you can definitely tell water comes through here. So yeah, made it to Boulder Canyon. Alrighty folks, well, we have made it to the last destination of the day. As you can see, here is the Icebox. Pretty much have this whole place to myself. It's a kind of a large void here amongst the sandstone. You can see some pigeons that have taken home in the nooks and crannies here. See that guy up there, these guys. But yeah, this is the ice box, and for good reason. When you come back here, it's easily 5 to 10 degrees cooler out of that sunlight. But yeah, pretty cool little area. I don't know if that glacial water might have spun around here just carving this all out, but yeah, definitely a unique area. So I'm gonna head back up, and we'll be crossing the suspension bridge and heading back to the truck. So this is the last geological formation for the day here at Turkey Run. So let's get going. I still got to drive 6 hours today. Well, my All Trails is reading around 7 miles right now. I think we came, we've seen, and we conquered Turkey Run State Park here in Indiana. Who knew Indiana was so darn beautiful? Seen everything from slot canyons to caves to little waterfalls. What a day. And this is just day one of the Western Wedding road trip. So, like I said earlier, I got a 6-hour drive ahead of me down past St. Louis. So if you want to see more of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about Indiana, and thank you to everybody that watches these videos on a weekly basis, and even bigger thank you to the Patreon members that help support adventures like this. So yeah, thanks guys. I will see you in Missouri tomorrow or next week. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I got another really awesome special state park that I'm going to be taking you to. So yeah, signing out from Indiana.